Hi, I'm Louise and welcome to Fit to Thrive. So we're going to do yoga and Pilates fusion today. So what do you need? Space to move around in, no shoes, so you can do this barefoot. Unless you've got grippy socks, I would do recommend barefoot. Yoga mat if you have one, and a pillow or a blanket if you have one, or your sofa, the lie down part. So let's come down to the ground and let's warm up first. So I'm going to take the options that feel right for you. So when I come into wide knee child's pose, the knees want to go pretty wide as you feel comfortable with. Big toes together and extend your arms. And we're just going to slowly take nice big deep breaths here. So breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose. So you're going to soften your shoulders. Option to come up onto the fingertips if it feels better, to open up the chest more. And just push your hips back. Now we're going to walk. So we're going to walk to one side, lower the chest. And then walk to the other side. And I want you to play about with this. So how does it feel? Do you feel like you need to stay one side more tighter and you might want to stay there? Or you just might want to move side to side. And then from here we're going to come back to center. Again, option on the fingertips or hands down. Or even you can draw your knees closer and have the hands down by your side, tucking the chin with the forehead resting. So there's no right or wrong, it's what you feel like. One more breath, and then come up to cat and cow. So you're going to draw your hands underneath your shoulders, feet hip width apart. You're going to exhale, tuck the chin, drag your spine towards the ceiling and the eye gaze between the legs. We're going to inhale, slide shoulders down, lift eye gaze, and wink tailbone to sky. All again, exhale and inhale, getting lots of movement through the spine. You can stay doing traditional cat and cow if you prefer, or if you might feel like it, you might want to wiggle around and play about. So again, it's your choice. If you want to just do cat and cow, you can. You may want to loosen up the shoulders, stretch the neck as well. So I just encourage you to move freely here. And then from here, we're going to come back into downward dog now. So make sure the hands, spread your fingertips wide. Hands just outside shoulder width, feet hip width. Tuck the toes, hips up and back. Now here, press your chest to thighs, pull the shoulders down the back, rotate your triceps inwards. Now we've got the back on, we can start to pedal the feet and move freely to stretch out the calves. So your back should be taking most of the weight if you've rotated the arms and slid your shoulder down the back. So it's going down the big back muscles instead of all into the shoulders and the wrists. And from here, we're just going to press those heels down, bend your knees, and then step right leg through the hands. Option to come down. We're just going to rise up and just start to open up the body. Hands touch down, step back into downward dog. Again, try and press the heels down. If you're tight in your calves, bend your knees. We're going to bend the knees, bring the hips back, and this time left leg. And again, drop the knee down and rise up, squeezing the glutes. One more each side. Right leg, knee down. Just remember we're in warm up, so we're not going straight up into those high lunges. Bend the knees and left leg. Again, if you need to, you can always walk it because we're looking for the knee and ankle in alignment here. And again, squeeze the glutes. Hopefully starting to feel a little bit warmer. And come back into your downward dog. And again, if you feel like you need it, pedal the feet or you can stay static. And then we're going to roll forward to plank, squeeze the bottom, brace the belly and push back into downward dog. Do that again. So we inhale, roll forward, take a pause, then exhale 2 more times. So we're just getting that spine moving and engaging the core. One more. And from here, step into forward fold. Bend your knees, get your ribs resting on your thighs, tuck the chin. Take hold of your elbows and sway in ragdoll. Just eye gaze between the legs. You can stay still or sway. You can always place your hands on the floor if you prefer. Again, just feel your body. So maybe you do need that ragdoll more. Maybe you just want to prefer to be static. Now we're going to take flat back, so hands to shin, lengthen into an L shape, draw the belly to spine and slide the shoulders on the back. Exhale, come back down to forward fold, tuck in chin. Inhale, rise to extended mountain pose. Palms press, squeeze butt and come into a back bend, slide shoulders down. And just breathe into this. And if it feels good, sweep the hands behind your back, clasp and pull down, opening up the chest. And then release. So just roll the shoulders. Hopefully, starting to feel a bit warmer. Now we're going to float into some sun salutations. So feet together or hip width apart. I just want you to rock back and forth until you find your center of gravity. And that's where we're going to stay. And you're going to draw your belly button into spine. Roll the shoulders up, back and down so the chest is nice and open. And here's where we start. So we're going to inhale, find extended mountain pose, bend the knees, exhale and dive down to forward fold, tucking the chin. Inhale to flat back and lengthen. Exhale, back down to forward fold, tuck chin, and you step your right leg back into a lunge, and then step back into downward dog, pressing heels down. So remember, if you're tight, bend your knees. Inhale, roll forward to a plank, knees or toes. We're going to come down on this first time. You're going to exhale and lower. We're going to inhale, pull the chest through, slide the shoulders down the back. Baby cobra. Exhale, tuck toes into downward dog, pushing those hips back. Then from here, we're going to bend the knees. Use your hips as a spring, so push your hips back and take the right leg through your hands and then pull the shoulders right down, lowering the hips so start to open up the hip flexors. Then from here, step into forward fold and exhale. Inhale to flat back. Again, find your L shape and then exhale back down. Now I'm going to make these a little bigger. So we're going to inhale, rise, option to take a back bend. Exhale, down to forward fold, tucking the chin. Inhale, find some length in our L shapes. And now an option, you can extend the arms if you would like more challenge. Exhale, back down. And this time, left leg is going to step back long. I'm going to step back into downward dog. We do have the opportunity on the next round to jump if you wish to. So we're going to inhale, roll forward to a plank. Knees or toes, squeeze the glutes strong in your descent, halfway down. And then we inhale. Now you can be full cobra, the hips off with the thighs down, and then squeeze the back of the body. Pushing back into downward dog. And again, bend your knees, fire your hips back, and then left leg steps through. Slide shoulders down back and squeeze glutes as we lower. Exhale into forward fold. Inhale, flat back. And again, option to extend. Exhale, back down, tuck chin. Inhale, rise, and option, find that back bend. Inhale. Now find your length. So remember, you can extend the arms if you want to. Come back down. Now from here, you can step back into your downward dog, or you can brace your belly and jump into a plank. Remember, this is the one that gets your bone density, so if you do want to improve that, try the jump. And we exhale to downward dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Knees or toes, exhale strong. Inhale to up dog or cobra. Squeeze the back of the body. Exhale into downward dog. Now here, you can bend the knees and step the right leg through, or you can brace your belly and jump. And again, remember the bone density. Try and take those jumps if you can. Or work towards them. You can stay with the stepping. Find length. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, rise. We have one more. So breathe in and then exhale. Inhale to lengthen, L shape. Draw that belly right into spine. Exhale back down. You can step back or you can jump and then push back into downward dog. Big wave the spine as we inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And then exhale to downward dog. And again, you can bend the knee, spring your leg through, or walk it, or you can jump. Do that by pushing into the hands. Remember, it's only an option if you feel like you're ready for it. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale back down. Inhale, rise, and we explore our back bend here. And then release. So hopefully you're feeling warmer. Now we're going to build a little bit more strength. So we're going to come into chairs pose. So you're going to bring your feet together. Squeeze your ankles and knees together. Imagine you're holding a piece of paper between your legs and you don't want to drop it. So we tuck the tailbone and draw the belly into spine. Inhale, rise your arms, exhale and sink. So you're shooting the knees forward as you sink down. And then pull the shoulder down the back. And can you try and have the arms by your ears? Yes, it wants to be tough. Then from here, we're gonna challenge by lifting up the heels and staying low. It's gonna be nice and warm here. You sink even lower. Stay in it. One more breath. And then from here, just flow the arms back, staying with the heels off. Inhale, exhale, and dive in your chair pose. So we're challenging our balance. Bring strength to our legs. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, sink. So if we come to side, you want those heels off, knees forward, and explore it. And then again, flow the arms back. Squeeze the back of the body. We're getting quite warm there now. And again, rise the arms, sink a little lower, keeping those heels off. And then release. So you should start to feel a little bit of warmth into those legs. And we're gonna try and balance. So from here, I'm gonna turn to the side. I'm gonna roll the shoulders into the back and breathe it. So we're gonna lift the arm and the leg, squeezing the bottom. You're gonna tip into warrior three. So we've got the right leg up. It doesn't matter what leg, just make sure you do the other side. And then from here, we're gonna start to dive. And then hands can touch down into standing split. Or if you want more challenge, try and lift the hands off. Try and get the ribs rest on the thighs. And touch down. Other side, so we're gonna flow between the two. So other leg up, squeeze the bottom, tip, hinge. So if you need to, touch your toe down, or ideally we want to try and keep it off, and we flow the arms back into warrior three. And again, you're going to dive down. Again, hands can touch down in standing split, or for more challenge, one at a time, the arm up towards the ceiling. And yes, your feet are gonna go crazy here. Massive squeeze the glutes, and we do it all again. So other leg, squeeze the glutes. Can you lift the knee higher this time? And in a hinge, blow back. Exhale and dive. And again, find your standing split. Maybe you wanna try and keep the hands off this time. Or do you need to get that balance? You're going to feel a stretch into the hamstring here. And can you touch down? Let's do one more. So left leg or other leg, if you start with the other one, it doesn't matter. Just make sure you've evened out your reps. So flow the arms back, so nice and long, like your broomstick from your crown to your tailbone. Slight bend of the standing leg. Draw the belly in and try and reach those fingertips away. And dive. And then release. Whew. So we're gonna come down, and hopefully she'll be nice and warm. We're going to work the core now. So I'm going to come to some Pilates work. So Pilates and yoga breathing is slightly different. So in Pilates, we're going to breathe in through the nose and then exhale through the mouth. You can breathe out through the nose if you want to. It's your choice, but you want to feel like you're pushing all the air out of your body. So it's called thoracic breathing. So first thing first, we need to set up neutral spine. So you're going to come down to your back, feet hip width apart, okay? Now, we're going to push the tailbone down, bend your knees, because it's going to help us, because we're going to go into tabletop soon. So we want tailbone on the ground, ribs and hips stacked over each other. You want a nice long spine, feel like the crown's going to the ceiling. And pull the shoulders down your back and then squeeze them like you're holding a plum between the shoulder blades. And then we scoop the pelvic floor up and then draw it in. So we're contracting that core. Now let's get the thoracic breathing. So you inhale through the nose, fill yourself up, and let the ribs expand out sideways, so laterally. And as you exhale, what you want to do is feel like you're pushing down your diaphragm and removing all the air out of your body as much as you possibly can. So just practice this. Can be done out the nose if you prefer. So we inhale through the nose and then or through the mouth. Inhale through the nose and then you want to feel like you're blowing up a balloon and you're using every bit of the oxygen that's in your lungs to blow up that balloon. You know that feeling? That's what we want to have in Pilates. Okay, so you feel those ribs and hips connected. Take the hands down. We're going to 100s to start. So we're going to inhale to prepare, exhale to lift the legs up to tabletop. Feet hip width apart. If you need to, you're going to have a yoga block and squeeze your knees together. And then from here, we're going to inhale to prepare, exhale to lift the shoulders. Now from here, neck is relaxed. So slight tuck of the chin, shoulders pulled down. We're going to pump the arms. So as we inhale, you want to do 5 pumps, and as you exhale, 5 pumps, squeezing. So the arms are going quite quickly. And what we're doing is this 10 times. So 5 pumps as you inhale, and then 5 pumps as you exhale. If your neck is hurting, you can always take your hand and support it, or take your hand back down. Or if this is too easy for you, A, congratulations on having an amazing core, and B, you can extend the legs. You want to squeeze the thighs, push your toes away, and lift up through the shoulders. And if your quads are hurting, just drop the legs down, but just hover the feet off the ground, or you can really touch down. And we should have one more round. And then touch it down. Give yourself a little hug. We are not done though. Okay, so now we're going to take it to toe taps. So legs up. You can either go inhale and then exhale, pulling the ribs to hips and just flow with breath as you alternate. Or more challenging is squeeze your big toes together, inhale and then exhale, lower down, pressing the lower back downwards, ribs stacked over hips, contracting that core, and then rising up smooth. Now if you still want more, slide the shoulders down and then we extend the legs. So got 3 options for you. Choose the one that feels right for you. So you're gonna exhale, inhale. So just to refresh your memory, we can be flowing in a toe tap, just flowing with breath, however it shows up. Especially if you're new to Pilates, you might prefer this. Or you can go for more control, but don't let the lower back arch. So here, a little mini Cadbury's cream egg under your lower back, and you're not smushing your Cadbury's cream egg. Your Cadbury's cream egg should be intact at the end of this. And if it's not, you want to ask yourself why, isn't it? Because that means you weren't working the core in the right way. So we need to be using the core, the abdominal muscles, and then bracing. So you can either take your legs extending in and out like this with me. The other option, if you're feeling it, you can always come up, lift the shoulders, and that would be another option if you want it. Let's do 2 more. And the last one. And from here, just hug the knees in, rock side to side, and we're going to roll onto the side. So from here, we're going to take our side planks. So top leg long, ankle, knee and hip on the same plane, and then elbow under shoulder. You want to pull this bottom rib through and draw the belly button in. So the hand by side, we're going to inhale to prepare, and exhale, lift your hips up, and then come back down. Okay, options. You can stack your feet. So you can stay with the bottom knee bent, or this one. Again, don't let the hips roll back. Imagine you've got a glass of water on this hip. So we inhale to prepare, exhale, and down. So you know the options now. Choose which ones you want to do, and you're going to do 10. Make sure the elbow is under the shoulder, pushing down through the hand, the forearm, and you're driving your hips up to ceiling without rolling forwards. Try and make it flow. 3 more for me. And we do exactly the same on the other side. Just going to roll over. And then from here, elbow under the shoulder. So bottom leg can extend, bottom leg can be bent, top leg extend. I'll just refresh your memory. So you want the ankle, knee and hip in the same plane, drawing the belly button in, and your shoulders stacked. So inhale to prepare, exhale, rise up. So this is option 1 or option 2 to stack. Exhale and inhale, and again you're going to do 10. Remember, you exhale up, inhale back down, and again, drive the hips up. It's going to make your obliques stronger, and they hold us upright. And we want them strong because these wrap into our back. I've got 1 more. Now from here, we're going to roll over into a plank. Now, take your feet hip width apart, elbows under the shoulders, pull the shoulders down the back. So I'm going to give you options. Tuck the toes. So we bring the chest forward, squeeze the bottom, and come up. So you're going to tuck the tailbone slightly by drawing the belly button to spine. Now you can drop the knees, inhaling and exhaling, or you can stay on the knees, drive your back knee up and out, and then kick the heel away, just alternate the legs. The main thing here, push down, pull the shoulders down, and bring the chest forward. Most people forget to bring the chest forward, okay? We need that, and then we need that. So your bum, so the main thing I see in classes is the bottom up here, okay? And people will be like this. This is not a plank, okay? Nor is this. We're not getting close. Where is my bum? Right down. So pull the chest forward, tuck the toes, drive the knees up and out, kick the heel away, or draw the belly in and on the toes and reverse it. But pushing down through the forearms, the hands, the elbows, pulling the chest forward and the shoulders down. It's meant to be hard. So we're going to use every single muscle in our core and in our stabilization muscles at the back as well. 3, 2, last one. Come down, sit the hips back. You should need to stretch out in child's pose now. And from here, come up to seated. We're just going to twist the spine. So, options. So, if you're new to Pilates, you can bend the knees. Okay? Feet apart, seat bones down. You can extend your legs long, off for balance, out wider. But what you want to imagine is from the hips down, someone's come and set you in cement, and you cannot move. So what we don't want is the feet sliding in any way. They've got to stay completely still. So choose where you want to be. So remember, option, feet flat, knees bent, feet hip width apart. So make sure everything's nice and long. Or you're here, but if you're here, You're curling your toes up, you're not pointing them, they're not kind of relaxed and floppy, they are engaged. So we're curling the big toes up, kicking the heels away, and we're having a little push down and squeeze of the thighs into the mat. And then ground the seat bones. Start with the hands to heart center. Wrap the shoulders in the back, so we're squishing a plum between them. Grow tall, draw your belly button in. We inhale and then exhale, rotating the spine. Do not leave the shoulder with the elbow. We move the whole entire spine. You see my legs are still. So we inhale, exhale, rotate, and come back. Option, cross hack arms or arms wide, but be careful with this one. What people tend to do is that. So it's not the aim, and you can see how slouched I went, right? So if I come to the side, you can see. So I always recommend hands to heart center, because then it's a gauge and you're not going to try and use your arms so much. So we wrap the shoulder spine, draw the pelvic floor up and in, so the core is engaged. Curling those toes, yep. Exhale, rotate, and an inhale. So it's very controlled, and it's actually quite strong. The main thing people tend to do is slouch and to keep that alignment. And those hips completely still, so no movement as we rotate, okay? And you keep doing that. Remember, if you need some balance, take it wider, but look at these things. It's all about complete control of our spine. Putting the ribs to hips, core is contracted and engaged. And we try not to move, so the common thing is if you move, that leg will push forward, and you've got to try and keep that locked in and secure. One more round. And accept where you are today, and that's okay, because mobility in the spine is something that needs to be worked on. You're just going to take the hands down, and you're just going to rock your knees side to side. Now we're going to come to some yoga. So from here, we're going to come over to 90-90. You're going to flex the front foot, we're going to open out the hips. So hands each side, slide your shoulder on the back, and you just tuck the chin, inhaling and exhaling back through the nose now. So if this is where you want to be, that's absolutely fine. However, if you want to take it stronger, we can come into pigeon pose. So pigeon pose, you're going to draw the heel towards the groin and extend the leg long, and we want to roll. So you see I've just slid the knee away. Foot is flexed, it's a stable base and happy knees, and the hips rolling to earth. So again, you can be up on the arms, coming down and up, or you can come down to the forearms and relax here. And if you still want more, you can extend. You can stay still, you can walk about and explore your pigeon pose. Especially when you come over towards the foot and it gets quite strong into the hips here. Or you might just want to be restful and just wiggle around and play about with this. Now, if you want to add a quad stretch, we just walk up. Just make sure the foot's flexed still, otherwise you're going to be unbalanced. And we slide the hip backwards and lift the back leg. We take hold of the foot, thumb to the big toe. You can be here, otherwise you can extend down, pulling the heel closer, or you can start to work on a mermaid. So mermaid, you hook the foot into the elbow crease and bring the arm shoulder. And again, don't do this if you're tight. It's not just going to not work out, okay? So if you're extremely tight, you might stay just holding like this, or you might just be down in that initial pigeon pose, or even in 90-90. And I'm going to roll through to the other side. And again, same thing, 90-90. So if you're feeling the mermaid, I'll go for a full mermaid in a second. So we're going to come down. And again, you can come down to the forearms like so and extend your arms. Again, if you want more, find that pigeon, so the heel comes in, extend the leg long. Again, make sure the foot's curled. So that's our protective base to make this happy. So slide the knee out to the side, and then the hip is coming down. So I can feel my hip bone by my heel. And again, from here, you can stop here. You can come down and tuck your chin. Or We can extend all the way down. And take a nice big deep breath. Now if you want to stay here, you can walk, you can play about with this. So there's lots of opportunities to move in a way that feels good. And remember, we don't force anything at all. And if you want more, you can take that quad stretch. So we walk up, take the heel towards the bottom and slide down, and slide the knee back. If you do want mermaid, curl the big toe. Can you see my foot there is curled in, okay? With the foot flex, because that means I'm stable and I'm not going to fall over. And then from here, you take your big toe into your elbow crease and start to pull the arm towards your shoulder. And then from there, you can lift up and take your bind and pull the shoulder back. But if it's not for you, stay here. And then release it, let it go. And then from here, we're just going to come to center. So we're going to take seated twist. So from here, you're going to take your right leg forward and the left leg down. So we have several options in seated twist. Right leg can be forward. If you want more, you can take it across, pull the knees together, pull the ankles inwards, and then ground the seat bones, finding cow face pose. Or if neither of those are for you, another option is to extend the leg long, especially if your knees won't bend. So from here, what we're going to do is wrap around the knee, pull the knee tight to our chest, and rotate. Have the hand by your bottom, push out and rotate back. So choose whichever option you want, but make sure the seat bones are down. And if you still want more, we can dig the elbow into this knee, use the elbow as a lever and twist back. Now you can stay here, or another option, reach down, hand outside the foot, and again this is an option, you can stay in this pose first. We extend the leg, grow tall, push the hips into the earth and extend the arm. And we're just pulling both back with the spine long, heart, head and the hips on the same plane, and we just breathe into our bodies. Release.